Hey guys, it's Doc. I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about a book I picked up the other day. And it wasn't a reading book per se, it was the last issue of Previews magazine. Previews has been one of the biggest books in the industry over the last 30 plus years, almost 40. And it was where you could find what was coming out in 3 months' time. All the solicitations for the books that were coming out, magazines, toys, statues, everything. And I actually picked up the last physical copy for June the other day. Well, actually, it was, it was for June of 2025. According to Bleeding Cool and a couple of other websites, for July and past, then everything's going to go digital, at least as long as Diamond lasts, and I'm not sure how long that's going to be. It may not be very long at all. But to flip through that book is kind of like flipping through a time machine or something like that. Because when you look through those books, just like an old Wizard magazine or something like that, you get an idea of the time that it came from. A lot of comic books are timeless. You can read Spider-Man 178, which came in from the 70s. It was, written, drawn, and all that in the 1970s. But it can be as fresh today as it was then. Previews catalogs sometimes are a product of their time. So they cover current series, current events. I think the very first Previews catalog I ever bought had the cover to the then upcoming Superman 123 by Dan Jurgens and Joe Rubinstein. And it was the issue where Superman got his electric powers and turned blue and had the new suit. And for whatever reason, that cover was very, very striking. Speaking of striking, I've got a cat over here that's striking me. Get down, kitty. Get down, baby. Get down. But the cover was very striking, and at $5, I think it was $5 even then, maybe $4. But it was the price of 2 to 3 comics at that point. But I picked it up, and I was like, what is this? Because I had never looked at it before. And even though it wasn't a comic, it did show what was coming. It showed previews for upcoming statues, toys, things of that nature. So it was different than a Wizard magazine, because Wizard had articles that would let you know what was coming out and when it was coming out, and interviews with creators and things like that. This was just mainly a sales magazine, a sales tactic to get your eyes in front of, hey, that new Superman book is coming out, isn't it? The one where he's got the new superpowers and the new super suit. And then you could find out when it was coming, and if you had a relationship with your local LCS, then you could actually take the previews book to the LCS and say, well, hey, here's my order. Here's what I'd like to get in 3 months. They would order it through Diamond, who at the time was the only thing in town. And then you get your books. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but just like every person's first comic, new person has a first comic, then everybody out there doesn't exactly know how previews worked or what it was about. So it's always better to go in there with an idea of, they don't know maybe what I'm talking about, and then the ones that do know what I'm talking about can wax nostalgic with me in the comments. So anyway, guys, we'll go over that previews catalog a little bit more in depth in an upcoming video. But for right now, let's all mourn the death of the physical previews catalog and see what is coming up next month with the digital catalog. All right, thanks guys for spending a few minutes with me. I just wanted to make sure that I did a short video for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Little walk down memory lane with previews. And hey, when you go to the LCS tomorrow, go hit it up, see if they've got a copy of that Previews magazine. If you've never had one, I'm sorry, it is going to be a little bare bones because a lot of the publishers have pulled away from Diamond, but you'll get an idea of what it looked like in its prime. There'll be a lot of grayed out boxes for things that used to be there. But like I said, you'll get a basic idea of what Previews used to be and the juggernaut that the Geppy family and Diamond was at one point. All right, guys, thanks again. Have a great night, and we'll catch you later.